straight into the draft. And map number one, the players are ready. So let's hop straight in. Guys, take it away. Khaldor and Tetcher, floor is yours.
All right, so let's jump straight into our first draft here. The first map is Cursed Hollow, and it has already started. Again, we're seeing a bit of a focus here on, of course, Kalthas and Tyrande. In this case, TeamLiquid with the first ban made a very wise choice. They banned out Sonya because they know that Fnatic is extremely strong with her and is relying a lot on that strong frontliner, and that allows them to get Kalthas since, of course, Fnatic banned out Tyrande.
Yeah, and the Kalthas is going to be very strong, but that does give Fnatic the heroes that we've seen them prioritizing quite a bit, the Falstad and the ETC. So they have a huge amount of CC potential and a very good potential wombo combo. TeamLiquid, though, going to deny that Uther from the ETC for that combo and going to pick up that Muradin. Really solid tank. We've seen a lot of contention on him today.
Falstad, of course, also great for those boss deals that we oftentimes see on the map. You can make a lot happen here with the Mighty Gust, and especially on this map, Falstad absolutely shines, which is one of the reasons why Fnatic prioritized the hero here this much. For now, TeamLiquid might think about a ban on the Tyrael because it still can combo that ETC Mosh Pit with that Tyrael ultimate. And Sanctification is, of course, very, very great to just negate damage in particular. It's also good against Kalthas here. Fnatic with the ban first, though, and for them right now, I mean, there is definitely a few options of how they can run with this, because at this point, TeamLiquid has already everything they need, a tank, a damage dealer, and a support. So at this point, they can branch out so diversely that it's not going to really be able to, for Fnatic to really just screw with their setup.
Yeah, they are going to ban that Thrall, though, due to TeamLiquid showing very high aggression. That's the one thing they didn't actually have a melee damage dealer. They already had, like you said, range and everything. And TeamLiquid sticking with their theme, banning out the Tyrael, but it makes a lot of sense here as opposed to some of the other times they have banned it.
Yeah, as I just already explained, with that ECC Mosh Pit, he's very, very strong, and against Kalthas, he would also be a good choice. Thrall has been played a lot more since we saw those scaling changes. He's one of the most popular melee assassins at this point, and with TeamLiquid running him in the past of this tournament in particular, and also having an Uther in their setup, Fnatic doesn't take any chances here. So they ban him out. They themselves take the Tassadar now. We saw them even against Gamers 2, against G2 eSports in the last round. A Tassadar on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Played solo here as a solo support. They have the opportunity to do it again, or they could just simply add something along the side of a Brightwing to their setup. It is a Charism, though, instead, that they try to use now.
The potential could be, though, maybe that Charism going with the going for the damage dealer build that we usually see from TeamLiquid, and running Tassadar as that solo support as we saw them run in their last game. It's a bit riskier, but it could be denying it away from TeamLiquid. They've already banned one melee damage dealer. Maybe picking a possible another one could be an interesting choice for them.
We have some very strong heroes still that TeamLiquid could try to rely upon. We saw them with Sylvana. Sigara is another hero that fulfills a very similar role, except for the team fights themselves. Both of them very viable here. Vala and Reyna are also very strong heroes. It's range damage, basically, that we kind of expect. But an Illidan is being picked first here. Uther and Muradin on the setup. And that lets me to believe that we might actually see that Sylvanas right now. There's a high chance that they're going to take her, so that Fnatic cannot try and counter Illidan with that silence on the Wailing Arrow.
Yeah, that would be a very good pick for them. Very strong, and also gives them a bit of split push potential against the Falstad. Falstad is going to be in other lanes soaking XP quite a lot. Only instead of him just soaking XP in a lane where there's no one in, if you have a Sylvanas, really force him into the lane Sylvanas is to try and prevent her from pushing really aggressively.
Yeah, TeamLiquid, of course, yeah, they choose Sylvanas. I like it. A very solid draft for them. And Fnatic find themselves in a bit of an awkward situation here because they don't really have a lot of lockdown. This is nearly a perfect composition for TeamLiquid when we are talking about an Illidan. And with Fnatic already running a Tassadar and a Charism, the chances of them going into a Brightwing, which is one of the best counters also against Illidan, are then rather slim. That would mean triple support, and even if you play Charism on a damage build and put Tassadar in a position where he can also dish out a bit more damage, that would leave you a bit weak. So right now, is Fnatic going to risk it? Or are they going to have another hero that can maybe with stun try and lock Illidan down?
Yeah, there's quite a few options with heroes that could lock Illidan down. The Brightwing, like you said, would be nice, but you're really limiting your options there in terms of what kind of builds you can go down.
Old school style would also sometimes be to go into an Anubarak with a Cocoon to deny the Uther to this, but they add more damage to the lineup. And with that, we have now Falstad, Jaina, plus a bit of damage from Tassadar and potentially Charism. So very aggressive setup again for Fnatic. But I kind of like what we're seeing for TeamLiquid here with that Illidan. I feel like it can do a whole lot of work.
Yeah, the Illidan, if he can get into the backline onto Falstad or onto Jaina especially, then he's going to be having a very good game here. Muradin can also follow up on that. He can jump in very deep with the Illidan here. So it's going to be very cool to see how they do this. Currently, I'm just having a quick peek at the lobby, and there's actually 2 Illidans, so we're waiting for them, for them to select that and ready up.
We don't have Arena just yet.
Yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be so good, like 5 Novas versus 5 Novas.
Yeah, like we did ask though, and apparently it was just on Reddit, it was revealed 5 Abathurs versus 5 Abathurs is not allowed, and that made me angry.
Why?
Commit. It would be funny.
Slap all day.
Yes.
You can even take Simian away from him. I don't care. I just want to see them slap.
Exactly. No, but it's not allowed. That's the issue.
Yeah, but you just said that, but still, I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see it. Which is,
They should definitely put that in. And then you have like Abathur cloning an Abathur. That would also be
exactly.
pretty
Just
cool.
all ultimate evolutions, which again, like the obvious smart strategy would be monstrosities, but boo to that. That's not fun.
Well, as is, we don't have an Abathur in this particular game, and we also don't have 2 Illidans. It's 1 Illidan only. And of course, this is the first game in the best of 3 series here at the final, the Hitbox 4K event. It has been amazing so far. We've seen great games. We're going to jump into our first map right away. Cursed Hollow has started. So guys, let's get the show on the road with the first map here between Fnatic and TeamLiquid at the final, the best of 5 series. To the left side, it's Breeze for Fnatic on ETC, Mena on Jaina, we have Quacknix on Falstad, Smexy on Karazhan, and we have Shat on Tassadar. To the right side of the map, Gerd Amherd on Uther, we see Vortex on Kalthas, Illidan played by Lowell, and we have Sylvanas, of course, in here as well, together with that Muradin. So Vortex currently playing the Sylvanas, and we have Chris playing the Sylvanas, and Lucifer Muradin for the team. Pretty cool setup for the 2 of them. We've seen Fnatic versus TeamLiquid over and over again in tournaments, and it's going to be absolutely amazing to see them clash against each other once again. They're fighting for the crown in Europe, and also, of course, for the prize money here at the Hitbox 4K Heroes event.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams going for a bit of a 4-man group in one lane or another, trying to get some push out. We immediately see Tassadar having to dimensional shift to get out of this. But this is going to go in favor of TeamLiquid due to Sylvanas. That's not stopping Fnatic from doing the same idea up in the top lane to try and get some push done that way. But 2 towers already down by TeamLiquid, doing a very good job here.
Yeah, and also at the top lane, there's a Kel'Thas playing against that setup that they use. The
He's
Kel'Thas
dead.
is actually
The towers
dead.
are gone too. Both towers and the Kel'Thas, so they actually came out ahead of that. Good job for Fnatic.
Wow, I mean, they have the burst damage on the, of course, that Sylvanas, on the Jaina, but Sylvanas down here in the picture is now putting also some pressure on the fort. Kel'Thas dying, of course, is a bit of a problem. That's why Fnatic all of a sudden has a lead in experience, because they still soak EXP on 2 lanes compared to TeamLiquid, who lost their hero at the top lane.
Yeah, Falstad was able to get to the mid lane and begin soaking that. Though Smexy still going, and it's worth pointing out that he is in fact going for that support build, or at least starting with it with the Transcendence, getting a bit of heal. He could still go 7-sided strike, give his team a bit more damage that way. Season Marksman on the Falstad and Kundrish Pursuit on Jaina and the Tassadar.
Yeah, so pretty solid talents here once again taken. When we're talking about Sylvanas, we have for TeamLiquid, as in the past, the Barb Shot taken as the number 1 talent. Everything else is pretty much what you would expect. Conjurer's Pursuit here also taken. Reverberation, of course. The entire setup of TeamLiquid caters towards that Illidan. They took a lot of the heroes that are strong against him away, and they used that Uther. But again, the move against Kel'Thas, and he just disappears. Fnatic, they're known for their aggression, and this is exactly why.
Yeah, and they actually almost have a full level lead right now, just a little bit of XP away from it. And as such, they hit level 4 a long way in advance, getting the Snowstorm, of course, for Jaina. A power throw on the Falstad, the protective shields once again continuing down the support build for the Karazhan, and the Leeching Plasma on the Tassadar.
They're trying to go now for Sylvanas. They already lay the trap at the bot lane, but this time it feels like it is TeamLiquid. They're very well aware of what's going on, so they move back. But it's not the start into this grand final that they were expecting. They are starting to struggle here with 2 kills against them already. And with the level 4 talents that they now finally have, we're seeing an Venom taken again. Immolation, of course, for Illidan. There's Muradin. Everybody's going in against him, and he jumps away. Great move, actually, against Lucifer here. They did very well, and with him being so low, TeamLiquid doesn't even move in for the first tribute. They just say like, all right, boys, we get it. You want it.
Yeah, we understand. You're pretty desperate. You just had a tough match. We're just going to let you deal with it. Falstad going to be flying up to the top lane to try and counter that soak from Uther, who stayed up there pretty much the entire time, and to keep his team ahead in the XP, because they are still about half a level worth of XP ahead.
Yeah, and right now we have, of course, Leeching Plasma taken. Oh, actually, sorry, Leeching Plasma for Karazim. We have also the Protective Shield here. We have still very solid talents, like, overall. Not really any big surprises at this point. I mean, it is what you would expect going into a game like this. Sometimes we see on the side of Uther reach on level 4 instead of the Protective Shield, just that he is in a position where he can, well, reach that Illidan once he starts jumping in. But for now, it's all about that Protective Shield, about the Divine Shield later, that burst heal for that melee assassin. And of course, for especially TeamLiquid, the game is going to become a lot more powerful once the heroic abilities for them are ready, so they can use that. And with Kel'Thas in the team, 13 is going to make this even better, especially since Illidan also hits his evasion talent.
Absolutely. For now, though, LoL just working on these Siege Giants, and I'm excited to see LoL on this Illidan going on to Quacktix here, trying to take it down. There's the stun. Can they finish him? Yes, they can. Very well played there. But I'm excited to see LoL on this Illidan because he has always been considered one of the really top Illidan players in Europe, if not the world. It's really cool to see him back on it.
Yeah, he's played the hero in the recent past, just like once or twice where they got an opportunity to play him. But it's just once again showcasing how strong they are with their melee assassins and talking about, yeah, they jump in again. They're trying to go for Smexy and they take him down. Karazim is dead. And this is TeamLiquid saying like, hey boys, we're still there. Don't count us out just yet. We might have lost the heroes in the early game, but we are back to business. They are going to take that tribute and they are also claiming 2 kills and the lead in experience.
Yeah, the leading experience isn't a huge amount. We can see just a very slight difference. Sylvanas, though, going down in the bottom lane there, I believe, picked off by Falstad and Tassadar.
Yeah, job well done by Fnatic, so they don't give up here by any means. We have at the same time towers taken out of the top lane again. Gerd Amherd is keeping Illidan safe. Breeze is pushing everybody back as much as he can. And I really love the way that Fnatic is still playing very aggressive on the map, rotating from lane to lane, trying to get a couple of kills in. But this is really a cool match that we're seeing, and Fnatic even claiming the lead in experience again. So it's just back and forth in this early game now.
Yeah, but it's once again still not a huge amount. Both teams, like you said, back and forth, but staying reasonably equal. So it's going to be very close once these teams hit level 10. And that's why, in fact, they'll be in time for the next tribute, if they continue getting the XP as well as they are at the moment.
Yeah, level 10 is going to be amazing. We have so many combos on both those sides, which is going to be super awesome. For now, we have, once again, Fission Bomb taken. Illidan went into the first 8 here. Sometimes we have the Thrill of Battle taken by LoL, but that's mostly when he's trying to dodge out ability damage and tries to get that cooldown for his evasive shield up a bit faster, especially after level 13. That helps a lot. Kala's embraced on Tassadar for the heals here, trying to just preload these shields on all of the heroes before they actually engage into the fight. Tribute is spawning, level 10s are ready for both of the teams. Ring of Frost has been chosen and a 7-sided strike for the damage. No Divine Palm on Karazim.
Blitzcrank coming in, he will be the first to delay, but the Force Wolf from Shad will try and prevent him from escaping. He Dwarf Toss is over it, but that does give Shad a bit more freedom to pick this up. And we're going to see TeamLiquid, they're just going to leave this. They're going to let Fnatic pick it up, but they're going to soak as much XP as possible and push very heavily that top lane, which Falstad flies into with reckless abandon.
Yeah, Falstad flies in, is immediately being attacked at the top lane, but is able to get away here. For now, at least, we see Chris and Lowell just trying to at least push that well down, and they are able to do that. There comes a rotation of Karazim. Smexy style dashes in and helps out. But yeah, both of the teams are now at level 10, getting very, very careful.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of cautious play while both teams are level 10, because neither one has a huge advantage. We see level 11 available for Liquid first this time, but level 11 already hit by Fnatic. Yeah. Just both teams keeping up for each other. 3 kills to 2, it's just not a huge difference at the moment.
The tributes are, of course, going to force TeamLiquid into a fight for the next one, since it's already 2 tributes against 1, so it would be a curse against TeamLiquid if they don't go for it. But at this point, they need to keep Muradin alive first, and Gerd is present. He uses his Wave of Light and everything else to just make sure that Muradin does not drop here. That tank, of course, is played completely solo here for TeamLiquid, and therefore the only frontliner that they have next to Illidan, who's trying to avoid as much damage that he possibly can. But yeah, this is going to be a very cool start into our best of 5 here, into the final. Cursed Hollow, and there's the tribute, and this will be one of the team fights that we've been waiting for so long now.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool indeed. And we see Shad already backing away, rejoining up with his team so he doesn't get caught out in this tribute area. And we've seen TeamLiquid actually posturing for this one. We said it may want to contest it and maybe even fight it. Maida hiding very far out the way so he does not get caught by LoL, who's roaming around the area where he's hiding.
Yeah, Falstad is also starting to move in now. We have Lucifron with a zoning attempt. Of course, he wants to lock a target down here. If he gets a chance to do that, that would be great. Illidan is up at the top. He's waiting for Falstad. He jumps Falstad at the same time now. And down here, we have still the fight raging, but Maxi is also moving in, and Lowell needs some assistance. Gerd is starting to rotate towards him, heals him, and now Karasym might be a bit out of position. Yes, the Mighty Gust already. Can they go in for a stun against him? It doesn't look like it will happen here. The channel once again interrupted. They go for Karasym again, and the Gravity Lamps is hitting him. He's using 7-sided strike, but he's gonna fall. He's gonna go down here. No, he's not. He jumps away, and the Phoenix takes him down. Well played, and that's a great kill for them. Tacita is also very low. Sylvanas jumps in, and there's the kill. Again, a double kill for TeamLiquid. Great play.
Really nice force wall by Tacita, but not enough. Sylvanas follows him over, and Quacknix immediately just getting out of here so he can go to another lane to soak. But that is the fourth tribute of the game going over to TeamLiquid, and as such, next tribute will be a Curse tribute, and that's going to be an intense fight.
But now we have the level 13s in play for TeamLiquid with that shrink ray that they can now use. Also, of course, the chain bombs on Kel'Thas, even more important. Let's look here at Sylvanas. She has now a spell shield, and we are, of course, seeing Illidan also with a 6th Sense talent, and that alone will help him to negate so much of the ability damage. Great talent for survivability here for him. These two teams have been at each other's throats since Prague. They are on the same level, more or less, but Fnatic has so far the better track record in series.
Yeah, this is true. We were talking about it earlier, that there was actually a tweet from Fnatic, from one of their players, about their current ratio against TeamLiquid, and they claimed they were undefeated in best of 3s against the current TeamLiquid lineup.
Yeah, they lost a few of the best of 5s, though. Yeah. Something that they probably did not mention.
This is, in fact, something they did not mention. Quacknix moving forward here. This is a best of 5, so we have to keep that in mind. And Breeze was looking for an opportunity to try and engage, but this is the Curse tribute. Both teams just regrouping up here and getting ready to fight.
Mina with their icy veins on level 13 for his Jaina. More cooldown reduction and damage for them. Here comes that snowstorm, hitting hard. Illidan moves in, and Mighty Gust is pushing them away for now. But the tribute belongs at this point to TeamLiquid. They're trying the channel. Here comes Lucifron again. He gets hurt. He gets hurt heavily. Where's that heal? Uther moves in. Once again, the stun. Both of the teams waiting for an engage. ETC gets stunned before he can use the mosh pit. Great play. Ring of Frost is dropping them very low, though. 7-sided strike being used, and down goes Uther. They try to drop Illidan. He's still being kept alive. He could jump in again, but TeamLiquid has to run away since Muradin is low, and everybody else is also about to die here. Fnatic takes the battle.
Fnatic takes the battle with one kill there. They didn't need the mosh pit there. Was just a really nice engage into Forceful, into Blizzard. Everything landing really well there. And that is the Curse going over to Fnatic, who are now trying to put pressure on all of the lanes at once.
Now they push in again, and it's of course all about the experience here. The teams are still on nearly the same level. Oh, Muradin jumps away in that last moment possible. Very well done here at the bot lane, though. The pressure of Falstad against the fort, and it looks like he might be able to take this one down. At the top, we're seeing Falstad starting to move in against Sylvanas, who pushed the waves back already. Very tricky moment here for TeamLiquid.
Nice force wall to prevent him from getting out of auto range there, and Shad forcing Sylvanas to use Haunting Wave, and now she has no way out. Getting focused down. Can they catch it? Yes, they can. Breeze coming in from behind, and they're going to be able to take down the Sylvanas and grab another fort.
Yeah, pretty mean move there. She actually thought she was away already, but with that Haunting Wave gone and in cooldown, they moved in from all angles, taking her down. And look at that experience lead now for Fnatic. They go for boss. They know that Sylvanas is down. There's going to be the level 16 any second now. They have nearly a level on their opponents, and with the boss claim at the top lane, if they get it, that would be amazing. Once again, they're starting to move in. TeamLiquid, that is. They're trying to fight for it. They go in, but there's Quacknix. He can use the Mighty Gust. He's about to use it. Over here, though, they are on spot there. They're trying to go for the boss. Gets blown away. Boss is taken. Can they win the battle at least?
Low coming in with the Metamorphosis, trying to get onto Maina, who's getting focused. Maina runs into the mosh pit, luring Illidan in. That delays Illidan a bit, and he's focused down by Falstad. What a move there. And Fnatic able to take the kill and the boss. They're not done yet, though, trying to chase into Lucifron and Vortex. And in comes Quacknix from the side, but it's Lucifron who's separated so close from Breeze there for the kill.
Muradin jumps away in the last second, and Fnatic for now moves back, but that boss already with a stun even against Kel'Thas as he's trying to move through that gate. We have the rotation down to the bot lane by Fnatic. They can go for another boss. Level 16 talents are ready, and that leaves us with a Dimensional Warp. We also have on Karasim now the Circle of Life taken for the extra heals. The Northern Exposure over Numbing Blast taken on Jaina. What a fight here already. Great kills for Fnatic. 6 kills against 4, and they are going to claim that second boss on the map.
Yeah, and that is looking really good for them. Liquid not out of this yet, though. Fnatic will delay this boss, but Liquid have hit their level 16s as well. We're seeing the Benediction on that Uther, Arcane Barrier on the Kael'thas, the Cold Embrace from the Sylvanas, Stone Form on the Muradin, and Stone Skin on the Illidan.
Great talents here once again. Stone Skin is actually something that Illidan players have started to choose a lot more often. Back in the days, it was like all about blood for blood. Yep. You still see that quite a lot, but especially if you're up against something like these stun combos, the Mosh Pit, and also, of course, Jaina herself, then it is quite nice if you have that Stone Skin for that free damage negation that you see there. Once again, the jump in on the boss. Force Wall also used, but Fnatic is not playing too aggressive with this. They are pushing the mid lane instead, creating some space for the boss for themselves, and that allows them to drop at least one of the towers.
They took down the last fort as well. That mid lane one was the last remaining one that Liquid did have, and now Liquid were trying to get, well, they were going to try and get something out of this, try and catch a retreating member. Instead, get force walled out, and Fnatic going to start posturing for another tribute. It could be a curse one if Liquid can get it, though.
Yeah, there would be a big chance for TeamLiquid to get back into the game. They are behind in experience by nearly a level, so they need to make some plays here. And if they get that tribute and can curse Fnatic, that would be a very good start to achieve exactly that. Already Lucifer at the front. Here comes ETC, and Muradin has to move back. He has finally, though, that talent, that Stone Form that allows him to stay alive a bit longer. Phoenix for the zoning. Of course, once again, Storm Bolt and Amarang rushing
abilities.
in. Everything.
Just everything gets thrown out there to get good off that point. He actually dodged pretty much all of them, predicting they were coming. But neither team gaining a huge advantage here. Bottom 4 did just die thanks to the minion wave of Team Liquid. Good silence coming down here, trying to focus out the ETC, but he power slides away. Mighty Gust pushing into that back after the Metamorphosis.
That Mighty Gust was beautiful. We saw a great Wailing Arrow, but that Mighty Gust really negated all of the pressure that Lowell was trying to put on the opponent. He jumps in again. Ring of Frost is being used. The Divine Shield was already on Illidan. They're trying to go for it. Breeze is nearly dead, but Karasim jumps away. Kael'thas with all the damage thanks to the Living Bombs goes 1 point again. Phoenix down, falls dead. Well played. And now Team Liquid can go and grab that tribute and put the curse on Fnatic.
And that is Liquid's ticket back into this game. They will move back to the mid lane to clear out their waves. They will have to spend a bit of time doing this, and with both bosses actually down, they're not going to be able to pick those up while this curse is active. They're going to have to wait till afterwards and then hope they have a big enough advantage that they're able to take that and grab the boss afterwards.
Yeah, so they move up to the top lane first and they try to take one of these forts down. The experience is nearly the same again, 18 versus 18. Of course, the tribute situation is also with the 0 tributes for the 2 teams at this point. But there's still a couple of camps on the map, and that's where we are seeing Illidan being busy at that Bruiser camp. The mid lane is also being pressured, though, as Liquid eliminates a few of the towers. They try to at least go for the well, dropping that too. Illidan took a camp and is now starting to join up with the rest of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and with him joining them there, they're going to be pushing in to this fort and will more than likely take it. Low, a little bit low there. They're going to dive in quite deep. Breeze does have Mosh Pit available. They need to be very careful. Curse or not, you're still fighting a team that's currently on even talents with you and need to be very careful. Breeze actually going aggressive there. Lucifer with the timing, getting out of that.
What a jump on him. That fort is down and everybody moves out now. We still have, of course, that opportunity of Kael'thas to just always spam a few of those chain bombs out and get the damage in here. 5 kills against 6. Team Liquid was Fnatic. It's always a pleasure to see these guys facing each other.
Yep, loving this matchup right now. We're seeing Liquid thinking about moving into the Bruiser camp, decide against it, and the top boss has literally just respawned, so they can try and make their way up there and gain control. But instead, they're going for their Siege Giant camps. Fnatic, on the other hand, they are moving up to the top lane to see if the boss is being taken, which could give Liquid the time to move in for the Bruisers. They are not willing to take the risk, however.
Yeah, we have also both of the teams aiming for that 20 now. They want the extra talent. The Storm talents are in reach. especially since TeamLiquid is now taking a few more camps on the map. They have just claimed that Siege Giant camp, and we saw Fnatic, of course, with the Bruiser camp themselves. Rotations are happening again, both of them on roughly 19.5.
I like this. I like this. They've just caught the easy camp and then not shown. Where else are Fnatic going to think they are? I thought they were going to stay and set that trap. Instead, they're actually going to try and take the boss here. Shad does spot this, and Fnatic are on the way. Falstad is quite far out, but of course he can interrupt. But Tazadar, basically on his own, forces the leash on that.
Yeah, they knew that they couldn't really go for it, especially not with the Falstad, of course, in play. They could just fly in and use the Mighty Gust. So TeamLiquid, they are forced back here. It's a very good move to actually say, all right, guys, let's go for now. The thing is, though, that the level 20 talent has already hit for Fnatic, and that means that we're looking at their Storm talents with a double bolt of the Storm, Transgression for Kel'Thas. We're seeing also the Force Barrier and Epic Mount as the talents. A lot of mobility, especially on Falstad. And as the rest of TeamLiquid is trying to get the experience, Muradin is still staying up at the top, zoning that boss out a bit and making sure that nobody's making its way over there.
So is Shad. Both of them just sort of staying here as the guards the boss pit, despite the fact that one in the bot lane has already spawned and is actually being taken by Fnatic while all this is going on with that level 20 advantage.
Yeah, Fnatic, they don't see any heroes on the map, so they should actually think about the potential move at the bottom. They move in. That is not going to... Is it going to work? Where is that force wall? Not there yet. They go for it just in time. They go for force. That stun into stun. Gravity Lapse is hitting. They go for Muradin. That boss can be stolen. He can go straight for it, but here comes that push. It's too early, though. Mighty Gust used too early. And this is TeamLiquid stealing the boss away from Fnatic.
The Divine Shield has already been used on Illidan, though, and he's continuing to chase it. Needs to be careful, gets stunned up. And the Force Wall, though, not enough to stop him dashing away from that. With level 20s, TeamLiquid were able to take that Bolt of the Storm on the Kael'thas and the Sylvanas, whereas Illidan with that demonic form, so he'll be in this demon form basically permanently.
Yeah, Quacknings with the early Mighty Gust, definitely made... it was just very sad for them that they did not get the boss that they fought for, but for TeamLiquid, of course, a great victory, making sure that they get the boss, secure that, and now the boss is going to go full man mode on that keep, and they are following it up. They're trying to go in, Breeze with the attempt for the mosh pit. They're jumping away, all of them, making sure nobody is there. That was a nice attempt, but way too obvious. Breeze is maybe even taken down here, gets down once again, and Breeze, Shrink Ray gets healed, gets shielded, but he dies regardless.
The keep already down as well. Smexy is now the focus. The root from the boss does not land. Smexy, Sevenside is striking to Trigonaki, now dash to a teammate inside the base, gets stunned up, gets out into his own core, but holding the storm, but now we're seeing the entirety of Liquid looking to maybe focus the core, but they're dropping low. Gerd gets taken down, Illidan gets taken down, Vortex is down to target, Forceful stops him getting away, Quacknix coming from the side, focusing Chris, can try and burst him down. Chris has to bolt away. Gerd comes back for extra redemption, but Fnatic are not done with the chase here. The boss has finally been killed off here.
Yeah, boss has killed off 64% on the core. They're moving back. What's that? Mighty Gust, and that is going to be a triple kill. They have to catch them now, don't they? They go in, Kel'Thas is dead. They go for Gerd. They try to go for Lucifer, and Falstad with the Epic Mount has too much mobility. This is going to be a team wipe eventually. They go in for the kill against Gerd, and the is dropped again. How much can Fnatic do now with this?
They want to do it all. They're moving over to that bottom keep. They want to try and take it down and maybe move on from there. 13 seconds till Illidan is alive, but no one else is even close after that because Uther died next to him and then came back with redemption.
Yeah, here we have the keep being attacked. 3 seconds until Illidan. It's going to be 20 more until Sylvanas is there. They go for core. Fnatic, it looks like they can make it. Illidan, he's the only one. Are you prepared? He might not be. He goes for the demonic form. They go for the attack. Illidong is in the middle of it. Ring of Frost is dodged so far. He jumps in again. The core is dropping. Those Sylvanas back in 4. Kel'Thas in 7. 50%. GG is called. Illidan, it's not enough. Fnatic takes the first game against TeamLiquid.
What a game that was. So back and forward between the two teams. And Illidan, like you said, he was not prepared for that push at the end, was unable to stop it going down.